Hey, it's Dan Morales, and this is Homebuyer Radio. This is episode number 93. The last 2 weeks I've been talking about, just working with experts, okay? Back in episode number 91, we talked about working with a realtor expert and why you need a realtor. In episode number 92, just kind of talked about the mortgage process and mortgage pre-approvals and why you need to work with me, right? If you want to work with a good lender, you might as well just work with me and save yourself the hassle, okay? This week, what I wanted to talk about is, I run into this a lot. I have clients who, have started this mortgage process. They've gone to their local bank where they have their checking and savings account and, I'm just going to get my mortgage from my bank, right? Because they make the assumption that every loan officer is created equal, okay? The problem with getting the mortgage from your local bank is oftentimes the person that works at your local bank doesn't have a clue of what they're doing. And in most cases, with most banks, a lot of banks try to be all things to all people, meaning that they do, auto loans and credit cards and then personal loans and mortgages and all that good stuff. The problem with mortgage lending is a really, if you will, specialized area. Okay, I know a lot of people think, well, 30-year fixed rate mortgage is a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Well, truth be told, this is a really complex industry. And the depth of knowledge of, your typical banker isn't really deep, okay? They have a different process, to be licensed and so on versus, let's say somebody who's a broker and that. And oftentimes you're not going to run into somebody like me at your local bank, right? Now, with that being said, I work for a bank, okay? But we are more of a boutique bank, meaning that, we don't write auto loans, we don't write credit cards, we don't do personal loans, we do mortgages. And that's pretty much the only type of loan that we do is mortgages. So we're a boutique mortgage bank. We specialize in residential mortgages. That's what we're really good at, okay? If you want a credit card, I can't really help you. If you want, to buy a new car, I can't really help you there either. I can, probably refer you to some great sources, but when it comes to a mortgage, we got you, right? That's our niche. That's what we specialize in. So we are kind of a rarity when it comes to banks because that's our bread and butter, okay? We have a really deep mix of products and, we've got some really cool options that you're not going to find everywhere. So a lot of times people think, well, I'll just go to my local bank. Well, you could be, working with, a lot fewer options, right? Where in our case, we have a lot more options compared to, let's say your local bank and oftentimes compared to somebody who's a broker. A lot of times, I have a lot of friends who are mortgage brokers and, they'll make the argument, well, I can, broker your loan to 10, 15 different investors, right? Well, ultimately, those 10, 15 different investors are typically going to end up back at the same place with the loan, and that's Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, right? Where in our case, obviously, we can sell a loan to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just like anybody else can, but we're a direct seller, so there's a huge benefit there. But the other thing is, as a bank, we have our own money, so we have some really cool, unique products that we've developed that are unique to us because we're the ones that made them. So there's some options that we have that you're not going to find, from your local bank. You're not going to find them from your local mortgage broker because they're things that are customized and unique to us. So, when you're out there and you're thinking about, where should I get my mortgage? You want the greatest number of options available to you so that you can really look at, what makes the most sense for you. Oftentimes I have these discussions with clients where they're like, wow, you showed me an option that nobody else showed me. How come the guy down the road didn't show this to me? I can't always speak for why somebody did or didn't show you something. I can only speak to the options that I have and how we're able to assist you and help you. So if you're in that, you're getting ready to buy a house and you're in that process of, looking and good stuff like that, let's start by getting you pre-approved. Let's look at what your goals and objectives are. What's your game plan? How long do you plan on staying in the house? How much do you want to put down? Maybe you're planning on putting, a 20% down payment so you can avoid PMI insurance. But did you know there's a way that you can do a 15% down payment and essentially have the same terms without mortgage insurance? There's ways you can structure a transaction that most people don't realize that may actually suit them better. there's different ways to play with, how you structure transactions that may help you, long term put you in a better position. So, it's really important to work with somebody who knows what they're doing. You're not likely going to find that. I like to say the 80-20 rule, right? You have, 80% of the people that are out there that do what I do for a living that they're probably okay and marginal, right? And then you have the 20% who are the people who really do the majority of the business, that really know what they're doing. They keep up with industry trends and knowledge and products and options. And those people really bring to the table the most beneficial options for you, right? But hey, don't just take my word for it, okay? We have north of 100 reviews on Zillow from clients, and you'll see all of those reviews are spread out over years. The one thing that I can't put on the internet is I've got two, probably 3.5, 4-inch binders full of customer feedback, reviews, cards, and so on. I've done this 27 years. I know what I'm doing, and I've got the feedback from clients over those years to prove it. So if you want somebody who knows what they're doing, reach out to us. We lend in the majority of the 50 states, so we'd love to have the opportunity to work with you. My name again is Dan Morales. You can find me online at danmorales.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com. Phone number is 616-931-4629. My NMLS number is 709-729. And of course, North Point Bank is an equal housing lender.